एकदम जमाना बदल ही हो गया।
Before hearing Megan Rapinoe's speech about like doing better and doing more, I did not think my voice really mattered.
Especially as a young girl like myself with dreams and an Asian girl at that, who would have thought I'd be where I am now?
Protect all women! Protect all women!
I'm just a girl working Monday to Friday. I don't consider myself as an activist.
I actually think that it's through these documentaries and through these stories that we realize the power that we have to make a difference.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you this evening? Oh, that's I told you I was loud. Yeah. My name is Lolis Garcia Bab. I'm here with my friend Feyruz Ben Youssef, and we're here to welcome you to the 10th annual ConnectHER Film Festival. Yay! Can you believe it's been 10 years?
I can't believe it's 10 years.
Where's Lila? Lila, I know you're gonna hate me for doing this, but where are you, Lila? Lila, stand up.
You stand up and take a round of applause.
Stand up, Lila. There she is in the back, right there. Woo! I met Lila, because you guys did it in Harvard, right?
That's right.
You did it at Harvard, and I met Lila the year that she brought it to Austin, and she said, I want it to come here, and I want it to grow, and Eloise stepped up as a sponsor, and it's just been 10 fabulous years of all the filmmakers. Can all the filmmakers raise their hands? Stand, please, so that we can recognize you. Please, all the filmmakers, please stand.
Congratulations.
It's so important. I'm saying this to you, but I'm saying it to all of us. It's so important, I think, that we have women's voices. If you look at the landscape, in particular in our country, less than 2% of VC dollars go to women-owned businesses. We represent less than 5% of the C-suite class in Fortune 500 companies. We're less than 30% of the executives in Fortune 500 companies. And you start looking at that, we still lag behind in STEM. And I think a lot of it has to do is that we don't have our stories out there, and people don't know women's stories. And I think the lens is so important to have, especially today when we see so many women activists across the globe. So congratulations to the filmmakers for bringing these stories to life.
Lolis, you are so right about that. And I have to say I have a lot of hope. Yep. I have tremendous hope, especially after being here this afternoon and witnessing the amazing films that these filmmakers have made, and then listening to the panel earlier. I think things are going to be different. We're in good hands.
The future is female. The future's female. Absolutely.
So I want to tell you, this year we have received 150 submissions.
Wow.
From young filmmakers in 24 countries, and to date, we've received over 1,500 films from 64 countries worldwide.
Wow. That's amazing. That is really,
yes.
Congratulations.
And really, all the finalists this year should be really proud of themselves. We're proud of you. And what's going to happen is that tonight we're going to announce winners in 10 different categories, and we'll show you clips from various films. And all throughout the evening, we'll screen 3 of our judges' choice finalist films, which were selected by our distinguished panel of judges. And so we're extremely grateful again that some of our finalists are here tonight that stood up and you all applauded. And we want to send our very best to the other finalists who couldn't be with us here tonight. So thank you to all of you. Let's give them all a round of applause.
Also this year, we did something a little different to kind of get things exciting. And so yesterday, our fabulous sponsor, Eloise DeJoria. Eloise, are you out there? Eloise, please, big hand for Eloise. Thank you so much for your support. And so Eloise yesterday presented these filmmakers on IG Live, and they would like us to recognize them tonight. So first we have the Stand Up Men Award with a $2,500 prize, which was given to Kelvin Maxwell from Malawi for his film Mid-Nightmare. Yep. Then we have Kasoga Winifred from Uganda, who won the Best Film Production Award with a $1,000 prize for her film, Painting Darker-Skinned Women in a Good Light.
Yeah.
And that's actually a real thing in film. That's lighting women that aren't white. It's a real challenge when you have people of different skin tones. That's a real issue. So I'm talking to the finalists about that. And then next we have Mona Lisa Sikamale from Malawi, who won the My Hero Award with a $2,500 prize for her film, Her and I. And then finally, we have the People's Choice Award winner, Osama Yahia, who won a $2,500 prize for his film, Afra. Congratulations to them all.
So none of this could be possible if it wasn't for supporters and stakeholders. Mm-hmm. And I want to just take a moment on behalf of the board of ConnectHER to really thank all the sponsors, both new sponsors, longtime sponsors, for their unwavering support. As you all know, our mission at ConnectHER is to amplify the voices and stories of women and girls around the world, and that wouldn't be possible without your support. So thank you again to our presenting longtime friend and sponsor, Eloise DeJoria, our major sponsors, Women Serve, the Tehemos Foundation, Dolby, the Ian Summerhalder Foundation, and Human Act, as well as supporting sponsors, my firm, Fabruz Ben Youssef Consulting, known as FBC, HEB, and Leica. And now, let's have a warm welcome for our 2022 finalists from around the world.
Enjoy.
My name is Tinai Ishiwakatama, but everyone calls me Tina. The title of my film is And That's On Period. I come from Zimbabwe and I would like to say, welcome to ConnectHER Film Festival 2022.
Hi, my name is Paula Perez and I'm a finalist for my movie, Perfect. I'm from the United States and welcome to ConnectHER 2022.
Hi everyone, my name is Karishma Luthra and I'm from India. My film is titled Yes You Can.
Hey, my name is Julia Hicks. My film is called One Click Away. I'm from the USA.
Hi, my name is Ayla Carta. I am the filmmaker for Rewa, a documentary. I live in the United States.
Hi, my name is Hassan Ul Haq. My film title is Joita. I'm from Bangladesh.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Chu. I'm from Seattle, Washington in the United States, and the title of my film is called Precious.
Zanga ni Calvin Maxongoma, nabanga film ya The Mid-Nightmare.
My name is Varadrina. Niwandina banga document. I am Mama Queen.
My name is Autumn Rhodes, and I'm from the United States. My film is titled Being Christine.
I am Atrabii, a Palestinian filmmaker from Gaza. And I'm the director of Tangled.
My name is Serena. My film is More Than a Joke. I'm from Hawaii.
Hi, I'm Shannon. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm the co-director for More Than a Joke.
Namaste, मेरो नाम मीरा खड्का, काठमाडौँ नेपालबाट। यसपालिको ConnectHER Film Festival 2022 मा मेरो फिल्म The Sand Cave र Tooth Ache फाइनलिस्टमा पर्न सफल भएको छ।
Welcome to the ConnectHER Film Festival of 2022.
Welcome to ConnectHER Film Festival 2022.
Welcome to the ConnectHER Film Festival 2022.
Welcome to ConnectHER Film Festival 2022.
Welcome to the ConnectHER Film Festival 2022.
Wishing all the best to my fellow filmmakers.
Do you want me to walk back? Just kidding.
Hello, everyone. My name is Annetta Felix. I'm a journalist, filmmaker. I'm a graduate student at the Berkeley Journalism School and a 2022 Mastercard Foundation Scholar. And I'll be presenting the Honest Beauty Award. Television, movies, magazines, and social media send a steady stream of images that glamorize and try to pressure girls to conform to certain standards, unrealistic standards of beauty. This has a huge impact on women and girls' self-esteem. The Honest Beauty Award recognizes a film that challenges cultural messages about beauty and offers a more holistic view of what makes a person beautiful. And here are the 2022 finalists.
Filter was made. Today I'm gonna be eating. I give him.
No one's gonna comment. Everyone hates me. Why did I do that? No one cares about me. I'm worthless.
Hello, Casey. My name is Pal. Perfecting our women. Let's get to customizing. Would you like to change it again?
Sure.
That still doesn't solve a problem though. What will we make it about? Makeup? Movies we like?
At my old school, we had a culture day. It was a little more diverse there, but I love seeing everyone in their traditional clothing. It was my favorite day of the year. All the pieces were so intricate and beautiful, and it was the first thing that I thought of when Mr. A announced the project.
Traditional dress does sound cool, but I just don't know if
What? Tell us. Any questions are fair game here.
I just wonder if people won't get it.
They probably won't, but isn't that the fun of it? I mean, we get to show people a side of ourselves that they haven't seen before.
And they don't need to get it as long as we're comfortable with how we want to be seen.
Another round of applause for the finalists. Before I present the award, I want to take us down memory lane to my ConnectHER journey. I was just a young girl, interested in the media, with supportive parents who allowed me to go ahead to work at a radio station at just 11 years old. And I went on from there, and I found mentors who saw potential in me. I look back now and I don't understand why anyone would hire me in that state. Yes, talented, but unskilled and unpolished. But they gave me all the support that I needed, and I went ahead to make that film that won me the category Women in Tech in 2020. So looking back now to how I started my journey and where I am now, an ex-BBC journalist who had to quit my job in about 10 months when I won a scholarship to come to University of California, Berkeley. I see the journey and just how much impact ConnectHER has made in my life, especially with the fellowship, the ConnectHER fellowship that I mentioned earlier during the panel. And it helped me train 15 girls at Commande Secondary School, Ikeja, Lagos, to pursue their dreams and talents, followed what they want to really do in the media, make films and make impact. So to every girl here who's made a film, to others outside of this hall who want to make a film, to others who don't exactly know what they want to do but feel their fit somewhere is in the media and the film industry. My only advice for you is to just go for it, and maybe, just maybe, you'd find what you're looking for. And now to reveal our winner for the Honest Beauty Award. And the winner of the ConnectHER Film Festival Honest Beauty Award on this day, November 5th, 2022, is One Click Away by Julia Hicks.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, wow. I love stories, and I love filmmaking, and this is for people who have a hard time getting dressed in the morning and who cry in the mirror and who hate everything about themselves. You shouldn't. And thank you to my amazing supportive parents, Charlie Myrick, RJ Orr. You guys are incredible, and my amazingly supportive girlfriend. Thank you guys so much. Do I take that?
Yeah, let's take a quick picture.
Okay. Picture?
Can we step out?
Oh.
Picture time. Say cheese. Where are we looking?
I don't know. Someone take one. Okay. Perfect.
Come this way. Come this way.
Hello, everyone. Wow, I think this is going to fall. There we go. Hey, I'm Naoma Sadler, and I'm the founder of Women Serve. And you can see our little eyes looking at you. Around the world, 130 million girls, 130 million are not in school as we speak. That's such a huge, huge loss. When we keep girls in school, they walk away from child marriage, they walk away from female genital mutilation, all these stories we keep hearing tonight that make us cry. And when women earn an income and they have an education and they can earn an income, then what do? They put their daughters in school, and they make sure they have health and hygiene. And they encourage her to study hard and finish her homework so that she can have her own self-actualized empowerment. So, if we get girls in school and we keep them there, this is a win-win for the entire planet Earth. So, I have the privilege tonight of announcing the Educating Girls Award. This award recognizes a short film that truly does show us what happens when you remove these barriers to education to these girls, and how they can change the world once they have access to resources and funds. So thank you, and without further ado, here are the 2022 finalists.
पर इसका बड़ा सिंपल कि इनको ऐसी स्किल्स सिखाई जाए जिससे ये कुछ अपने रोजगार कमाने के काबिल हो सके, घर में बैठ के काम कर सके और रोजगार कमाने के काबिल हो सके। अल्लाह की मेहरबानी से इतने सालों में सैकड़ों बच्चियां जो हैं मासूम, वो यहाँ से ट्रेन होके घरों में बैठ के काम करती हैं। और इस शुरू में तो बड़ी मुश्किल से सिर्फ 4 नाबीना बच्चियों से शुरू हुआ था। अब अल्लाह की मेहरबानी से हमारी स्ट्रेंथ जो है वो 50 तक पहुँच गई है।
So it's been my dream like ever since I was a child.
How have families responded to their daughters, one, going to jobs in general, and two, potentially going into fields that might be considered a man's job?
I would definitely say that parents are more open to seeing girls working with our STEAM program because they're learning. And I think all parents, no matter what your background is, they want their kids to learn.
My dad initially wanted me to become a doctor. I'm like scared of needles, so I don't know why he thought it would be like, yeah, this is a good career for you. But I just like explained to him this is what I want to do and stuff.
இருந்தாலும் எனக்கு ஒரு ஆசை போலீஸாக இருந்தால் நான் வாழ்க்கையில் நல்லா இருந்திருப்போன்னு என்னமோ தோணுச்சு. மாமியாவும் கொஞ்சம் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணியிருந்தால் நான் கண்டிப்பாக போலீஸ் ஆகிருப்பேன். எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரர் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணார். ஏன்னா எங்கள் குடும்பத்தில் என்கரேஜ் பண்ணுற ஆள் இல்லை, வேறு ஒன்றும் இல்லைப்பா. படிச்சும் ஒரு பிரோஜனம் இல்லாமல் போயிடுச்சு. அதுதான் சங்கம்.
Big round of applause again, everyone, for all those amazing stories. Such great stories. And everyone's a winner. But without further ado, the award goes tonight to Rawa by Alaya Karda. Rawa, are you here? Please come up to the stage and accept this amazing award. Ayla. I'm sorry. Ayla Cardara, right?
Ayla Carda, yeah.
Yeah, I had your name wrong on here, so we corrected it quickly. Oh my gosh. So let's get a photo with this corrected award. Congratulations. Please have a little moment here for you.
Oh my gosh. Well, first, I want to thank ConnectHER for this amazing opportunity for young filmmakers like me to share their stories. It's just so amazing. I want to thank Rewa, of course, for allowing me to share their story and for all of their hard work for, giving students like Ramesa an opportunity to succeed in this world and have the education that they deserve. And, being the only filmmaker in this project was not easy. So, I want to thank my family for being with me no matter what. They're in the front row. And just thank you.
Not necessary. My name is Kendall Evans. I serve as Director of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging at St. Andrews Upper School. I also teach a couple of classes at St. Andrews. A philosophy elective as part of the Humanities Department, and Anatomy Physiology elective as part of the Science Department. But most importantly, I'm the guy who was fortunate enough to meet Lila Igram back in 2016 to learn about the amazing work that her team at ConnectHER was involved in, and to help bring this wonderful film festival to St. Andrews. But it's funny, when Lila asked me to be an award presenter and I received a speaker script from her, it said that I had a full 2 minutes to talk. But it only took me about 30 seconds to read it from beginning to end, which meant I would have to riff for about 1.5 minutes. No big deal, my Enneagram type is 7, easy peasy. The first idea that came to mind was, I'll tell a joke. But then I remembered the last time there was a big event which brought together people from all over the world to honor the best in film, and someone told a joke. I think you know what I'm talking about. And I thought to myself, I don't think anyone is going to charge the stage a la Will Smith and slap me across the face, but it's a risk I am not willing to take. Thankfully, this event isn't about grown men behaving badly, but some amazing young women filmmakers and their remarkable stories. Which brings me to this year's winner of the Most Innovative Solution Award. The Most Innovative Solution Award recognizes a film that shines a light on solutions to a problem faced by girls and women. These films showcase forward-thinking solutions to women's issues, from maternal mortality and girls' education to child marriage and global health. Here are the 2020 finalists.
ndipo tinaganiza zobweranso ku sukulu ndipo tonse tinakayamba form 1 sukulu ya masana. Ana athu timakawasiya ku daycare school tikamapita ku sukulu kuja ndekuti mamawa timapanga business yathu ndipo masana kumapita ku sukulu. Tinawafotokozera azimayi akugulu kufunika kukoti msungwana azipita ku sukulu ndipo tinawaonekera kuti ana ambiri akazi sakupita ku sukulu chifukwa cha makolo kapena anabereka msanga olo anakwatira nthawi isanakwane ndipo tithandizani.
The process of inventing something was exciting, but I didn't really know where to start. So I just started where I was. I ideated and drew up prototypes, redid those prototypes, made more ideas. I sent more cold emails than I can count, pitching my idea to engineers, ophthalmologists, and entrepreneurs. I conducted computational economic research on the social and economic impact of vision care, and my research was published in a North Carolina research journal.
मैम जब से ड्राइविंग करने लगे हैं सर, जब से हमारी कोई पहचान बनी है, क्योंकि हम पहले ना किसी से बात करते थे ना कुछ, लेकिन अब लोग हमें इतना जानने लगे हैं सर। अगर हम कहीं से भी जाते हैं तो आस पड़ोस के लोग भी कि देखो ड्राइवर साहब जा रहे हैं। और मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि जैसे मैं आगे बढ़ के कुछ करके दिखा रही हूँ, और मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि और भी लेडीज़ या लड़कियाँ ड्राइविंग करें और आगे बढ़ें.
And the winner is Sight Unseen by Johnny Sasha Sirkin, the Most Innovative Solution Award.
Wow, this is, I feel very honored and lucky to be displayed among the other two amazing filmmakers. And I'd first like to thank my amazing mom, Miss Elizabeth Sirkin, and my dad, Dr. Lee Sirkin, and my two beautiful sisters, Juliana and Jenny, who are at home. I hope who are watching this. And I'd also like to thank ConnectHER and my university, UNC Chapel Hill, for helping me and guiding me and all my amazing teachers. And I've decided as a company receiving this award and as a scholarship that I was so moved by the other two films that I'd like to give them a portion of this award because I feel like they absolutely deserve it and are so deserving. I'd like to share it with them. Yes. So thank you, and if any of you know anybody who'd be impacted by my company, come see me. I can give you my card. Yes, thank you.
Wow, congratulations, Janie. She reminds me, I had the great honor of working with Helene Gale, who ran CARE International for many years, and she told me that when you empower, she had the data, she had the stats to prove that when you give women money, when you give them resources, when you empower them, they don't lift up just themselves. They don't lift up just their families. They lift up their entire community. So with these young voices out there uplifting each other like this, it's just such a great example of what this film festival is all about. I now have the honor of introducing the screening of one of our 3 Judges' Choice finalist films. In this evening's first Judges' Choice finalist film, The Sand Game. In the words of the filmmaker, this is a story of Mina, a 12-year-old schoolgirl who happily signs up for a game of marriage, unaware that she is going to have horrific experiences coming to her.
अलि राम्ररी खन्न यार ओइ काली त पनि राम्ररी खन
आज त कति मजा आउँछ है
मलाई त सबै थाहा छ बिहेपछि के हुन्छ भन्नु
बिहेमा त मासु भात नि खानु पाइन्छ मासु भात
मेरो फेभरेट मासु भात
मेरो नि फेरि कति ढिलो गरेको के मासु कति राम्री भाकी नाच
ओइ रोक 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 ओइ हामीसँग त बेहुलै छैन त को भन्छ बेहुला बल्ले बन्छ बेहुला ओइ मिना तिमी चाहिँ त्यहाँ बस बले त चाहिँ यहाँ बस तिमीहरू दुई चाहिँ त्यहाँ गएर बस ओइ त पनि बस ओम ब्रिम क्रिम आइसक्रिम स्वाहा ओम ब्रिम क्रिम आइसक्रिम स्वाहा अब केटा र केटीको जग्गा घुम्ने पालो ओए राम तेरो सर्ट निकालेर दे त यिनीहरूलाई समात्नलाई ल चाँडो पुगाल सबैजना अब यो दुईटा सर्टलाई समात्छ ल घुमाए राम्रै केटाहरू अलिक उता जा ओम रिम रिम ग्रिम स्वाहा केटा र केटीको एकचोटि पालो स्वाहा ओम रिम क्रिम स्वाहा अब केटा र केटी दुईचोटि घुमेको स्वाहा ओम भ्रीम भ्रीम क्रिम स्वाहा ओम भ्रीम भ्रीम क्रिम स्वाहा ओम भ्रीम भ्रीम क्रिम स्वाहा क्रिम स्वाहा ओम स्वाहा ओम भ्रीम केटा र केटी सातचोटि घुम्न सम्पन्न भएको अब सिन्दुर हाल्ने पालो ल हो बोले ल सिन्दुर हाल्ने
नाइ म गर्दिन बिहे गर्नु छैन मलाई यस्तो बिहे खेल्दिन म यस्तो बिहेको खेल
ओ त्यस्तो सवार बिचमा बिहे रोक्यो भने फेरि हामीलाई पाप लाग्छ बिहे सम्पन्न भयो स्वाहा
That was powerful. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Rollins. I am a longtime GEMS supporter of ConnectHER. I met Lila about 7 years ago, and being an advocate for women and children, especially young girls, I was super impressed with what Lila was doing here with the film festival and decided to be a supporter in the background. And I've been very fortunate that in my career, I was able to be in a profession that was predominantly men, and just helping the firm that I was at, Deloitte, go through the different challenges of educating and developing women to be able to be successful in careers in public accounting and consulting. I retired a couple years ago, and through that, I was very fortunate to be admitted to the board of Dolby Laboratories. Dolby is #1 in regards to vision and sound, and is a huge supporter of films, filmmakers, producers, musicians, and hopefully one day each of us in our hands will be able to create music and other content to be able to share our stories. The other thing about ConnectHER that is very empowering is the fact that it gives women and girls voice to the things that are important to them, from the grassroots issues to larger issues that people just don't make films about that often. So it's very empowering and touching to be part of this organization. I am very fortunate to be able to announce the GEMS Choice Award winner. This is an award chosen by ConnectHER GEMS, which are our most dedicated advocates and supporters who sustain and scale ConnectHER's work, including our project partner portfolio and this film festival. Here are the 2022 GEMS Choice finalists.
Period poverty is one of the biggest challenges Zimbabwean girls face. It describes the struggle women and girls face because they can't afford menstrual products. But not enough people know that.
Have you ever heard of something called period poverty?
No.
Have you ever had a problem accessing pads?
No. Access to pads is something that many take for granted, but others yearn for. It's a problem that shouldn't be a problem.
Beautiful in your scars, and most people have scars, and all those scars hold a lot of stories. I love the different shades of an African woman. They're fun to play with, and it's not all about just the melanin. It's about what's within them, what they're capable of doing. So when I paint women, I just want them to be aware of what they are, positive about themselves, confident about who they are, comfortable in their own skin.
सब सोचते हैं जो ड्राइविंग है ना, ये ड्राइविंग क्या कहते हैं मेंस कर सकते हैं ओनली, है ना। तो अगर ज़्यादातर मैंने देखा है कि जब कोई एक लड़की स्कूटी या बाइक चला रही होती है, कार चला रही होती है, तो सबके सब उसे ही देख रहे होते हैं, अदर देन मतलब पीपल की हाँ ये कैसे कर रही है। तो ऑकवर्ड नज़र से भी देखा जाता है थोड़ा जब हम किसी को बताते हैं। जस्ट अभी जब मैंने ये स्टार्ट किया तो फिर मैंने अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल में बताया कि मैं तो ये ड्राइविंग लर्न कर रही हूँ, तो फिर तुझे ड्राइवर बनना है, फिर बीए क्यों कर रही है, फिर हाँ तो मतलब अब तो ये करेगी। मैंने कहा मैं क्यों नहीं कर सकती ये।
Let's give another round of applause for all the finalists. And this year's 2022 GEMS Award, Choice Award goes to Yes You Can by Karishma Luthra. Karishma can't be here this evening, but she did film an acceptance.
Hi everyone! Thank you so much for this award. It is such an honor to be bestowed with the GEMS Choice Award. and I'm so glad that my work resulted in such wonderful fruition. I'm proud and motivated by the fact that anyone who sees this video will understand that women can be successful even in men-dominated fields. I'd like to thank everyone who helped me make this film, specifically my family and friends. I'd also like to thank Azad Foundation for allowing me to film their work. I'm so grateful, and thank you once again for this award.
Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the 10th ConnectHER Film Festival. Before I start, I just want to congratulate Laila and of course presenting sponsor Eloise DeJoria and all the ConnectHER gems that are here today. I'm so honored to be able to share this moment with all of you. So thank you and congratulations. Please give them a round of applause. Just before I talk about Women and the Environment Award, I just want to share a few words. It's so wonderful seeing so many female filmmakers here today. And I think all of us share one thing in common, is that we're all dreamers. We dream about becoming filmmakers, we dream about creating a social impact, we dream about hope, about change, and that's what all these films are about also. I remember back when I was around 12, 13 years old, all I ever wanted to do was create a film that meant something, that would sort of push people to the point to want to change their narrative. But I remember thinking that even if I do find a story, or I document it and I chase it down, who's going to watch it? Where would I screen it? How can I make it create an impact? And I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know the direction I wanted to go in. And I used to think that there could not possibly be any platform out there that will cater to a complete rookie filmmaker, all the way in Pakistan, without any professional experience, because I was in law school at that time, I was training to be a lawyer. And I thought that the only thing I had was passion for the craft, and that's never really good enough for anyone. So I remember stumbling upon the ConnectHER website in 2016, and I thought, you know what, this is too good to be true. I mean, there's this organization out there that is giving scholarships to high school and college students for creating a film on stories that are championing women and girls. And you didn't have to be a professional, you could just be a first-time filmmaker, and it was perfect. It just seemed unbelievable. So I took that leap of faith, and I submitted my documentary, and it was the first ever documentary I had made. And I won in that festival, I remember, in that category. And I was invited, and I came to the festival, and I remember that feeling that I had. And I thought, you know what? When I was at the festival, the feeling I had, which was, this is what having a purpose feels like. Doing what you love, having it create an impact, being recognized for it, and being surrounded by people who are all who all have the same goal as you. And at the same time, I remember feeling that I had this sinking feeling that, you know what, this is the best it's going to get. By the end of the night, this event, everything is going to come to an end. It's back to Pakistan, back to sidelining my dreams and aspirations of becoming a filmmaker, back to law school. Because that's what I think we're all always taught. You know, we're always taught profession comes before passion. And I think primarily that's where the problem lies. You know, we inadvertently make ourselves believe that both these things need to be clearly demarcated for there to be some semblance of practicality in our life. And I think ConnectHER taught me otherwise. It kind of taught me that you can turn that passion of filmmaking into your profession. And that's what I started doing. When Lala started talking about the fellowship program, I felt that, you know, this is a perfect opportunity this is a perfect chance to extend the same opportunity to others, because this program that they introduced was basically that you could train students in basic filmmaking skills, not only so that they can create films, but they can submit to the festival and they can win scholarships. And I joined the fellowship program, and I am so proud to say that in the past 2 years that I've been a part of the program, the students that I've trained have won in categories from green-ish to GEMS Choice. As a matter of fact, one of the students that I trained was also shortlisted in 2 categories today, Stand Up Men and Educating Girls. And this was all through the fellowship program that ConnectHER introduced. Thank you. As with, I think it goes without saying that with every profession, as time goes by, it gets more difficult and more challenging. And I started noticing that with filmmaking also, that, you know, it's not easy, it's tough, it has its share of challenges. And when I started looking for stories that needed more funding and more support, I realized it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. And it was around the same time that ConnectHER took out their Pitch Fest initiative, which is basically this initiative that you pitch in a film's concept or an idea, and if it wins, it gets funding and support. So I took that step and I took part in this initiative, and I won in it. And I went on to create a film that had 2 amazing executive producers on. One was ConnectHER, and the second one was EAA, which is Education Above All. It's an institute based in Qatar that champions and helps educate marginalized groups. The film that I created was about the first woman in Merdan to educate hearing and speech impaired girls. And that film has currently won at the Los Angeles Film Awards, the Prague International Indie Film Festival. It's been shortlisted at the Vancouver South Asian Film Festival and the Atlanta Women International Film Festival. And I honestly could not have done it if it wasn't for this Pitch Festival. It wasn't the support and the funding that I got from 2 executive producers, ConnectHER and EAA. So thank you so much. I think, so now that I'm talking about all of this, I kind of think back to that moment that I had at the festival, the first time that I was here, and that feeling that I had that, you know, this is going to be the best it's going to get, and it's not going to get any better than this, and how mistaken I was. You know that saying that when you really want something, the universe conspires to help you achieve it? I don't think it's just a saying, by the way. I think it's true, and I think all of you should truly believe that. Thank you. Laila, I mean, I keep saying it again and again, but thank you so much for always believing in me. Thank you for supporting me, for giving me that opportunity to push myself. I know it sounds like a cliche, but you have changed my life through this incredible organization that you have started. And the other incredible woman that I want to thank is my mother, who is not here, she's in Pakistan. There were times when no one believed what I was doing made any sense, to the point that I was told that you cannot be a female filmmaker and be in Pakistan, and these 2 things cannot coexist for everyone. But she would just tell me one thing. She would say, wouldn't it be fun if you prove everyone wrong? And so I did. Thank you. The journey of being a filmmaker, or documentary filmmaker, it's not an easy one. And I know I'm still a long way from where I want to be, and there's a lot of work that I have to do before I get there. But for everyone here today, the fact that this organization exists, and the fact that this platform exists, and that you found yourself to it, know that you're already halfway there. I mean, everyone over here today, you guys have that privilege of chasing your dreams. So never give up on that, and never stop. Thank you so much. Right now, I think they're just going to play a quick trailer for the documentary that I've currently made, which is Awaaz, A Life in Silence. Thank you.
5 dB इंक्रीज करवाया, फिर भी रिस्पांस नहीं आया। 10 dB डिक्रीज करवाते हैं, रिस्पांस नहीं आ रहा है। अब फिर 5 dB इंक्रीज किया, फिर भी रिस्पांस नहीं आया।
मैं फिलैंथ्रोपिस्ट हूँ और मैं माजूर बच्चों के साथ काम करती हूँ। 20 साल की हुकूमतों में क्या इनको कोई मुकाम नहीं मिल सका?
हमारे स्कूल स्टाफ के सारे एफर्ट्स ये हैं कि उसको ना निकालें। उसकी माँ को हमने बुलाया, उसको कन्विंस कर रहे हैं कि भाई आप ना निकालें, थोड़ा टाइम हमें दें, थोड़ा टाइम दें, आप देख लेंगे प्रोग्रेस।
ये लड़कियां बहुत कुछ कर सकती है, लेकिन अगर इनको मौका दी जाए।
पेरेंट्स के दिमाग में यह होता है कि इनमें कमी है, अगर से निकलेगी तो पता नहीं क्या होगा। मैं सोच लेती थी कि नहीं, आई विल नॉट लेट दिस शिप सिंक, इसने अफ्लोट रहना है।
The Women and the Environment Award recognizes a short film that shines a light on an environmental issue that impacts women and girls globally and considers solutions. Here are the 2022 finalists.
So really all the girl bees out there do all the work, all the pollination. They're the ones who help the environment out. Beekeeping and taking care of hives is a year-round job. It starts in the spring when I get my hives or my new hives, or I catch a swarm, and I have to make sure I feed them and take care of them and make sure that they have enough wax and frames to last and help them get big and strong so they can make it through the winter. They have everything going against them, and I would like to be an advocate for the bees.
Then there is that warmth of love, care, and encouragement.
We started National Life out of a realization that unless we did something, we were going to lose our land. My name is Nelson Olereya, co-founder of National Masai Conservancy in Masai Mara, Kenya. National is the first conservancy that is led, owned, and managed by the local community itself. So basically, National is a harmonious, mixed model conservancy where people, wildlife, livestock coexist. What National is doing is also tied down to empowering women, especially in the fight against female genital mutilation, a practice which affects a huge percentage of Maasai girls.
Business yanga y'emitengo ndinakwanitsa kuthandizana ndi bwangu ako nyumba kupanga nyumba komanso kumalipira ana sukulu komanso azimayi anzanga akukwanitsa kupeza zofuna zawo ndi kuzimira pawokha okwakuthandizira kubwezeretsa chilengedwe m'dziko muno. Ndifayani popanda mitengo.
And the winner for Women and the Environment Award goes to Mother Tree by Violet Leno. Congratulations. The winner isn't here today, so I'll be accepting the award on her behalf. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I hope everyone is enjoying their night so far. My name is Ira Salam, and I'm a sophomore at Westlake High School. This year, I started a ConnectHER club with my good friend Neela. In our club, we talk about global movements regarding women, and we talk about how ConnectHER films have such a big impact on these women all around the globe. This further increases our club members to submit their own film in the next upcoming film festival.
Hi, my name is Aisha Rashid, and I'm a sophomore at Vandergrift High School. Ira is a friend of mine, and when I heard about her and Neela starting a ConnectHER club at Westlake, I thought it was an amazing idea, and I decided to do the same at my school. My ConnectHER club has already been of interest to so many different students, and we plan to promote social change, let students create their own films for next year's film festival, teach them about girls' unique stories, and of course ConnectHER projects and fun bonding events. ConnectHER has proven to be just what Vandergrift needed to broaden students' perspectives on the role of women in this world. and how each and every single one of us can make a difference regarding it.
Hi, I'm Mila Swartz, and as previously mentioned, I started a ConnectHER club with Ira at Westlake. When Ira first introduced this idea of starting this club, I was ecstatic. I think it's really special to be part of informing and educating this generation on women's issues, because that's exactly what promotes change. Film is a powerful way to spread ideas and speed solutions to the world's most pressing problems.
The Global Impact Award was created to recognize a film that raises awareness on issues impacting girls and women around the world.
These next topics are topics such as global health, sex trafficking, and economic independence. So without further ado, the 2022 finalists.
অনেক কষ্ট করে অন্ধকার থেকে আলোতে চলে আসছি আমাকে এখন মানুষ খুব সম্মান দেয় ছোট বড় সবাই আমাকে সালাম দেয় আমার কাছে মাংস নিতে আসে সবাই আমাকে ভালোবাসে আগে আমাকে খুব নিচু চোখে দেখতো সবাই সব মেয়েরা যাতে ঘরে ঘরে যে কোনো একটা কাজ করুক আমার মতো মাংসের ব্যবসা না করেও যে কোনো একটা কাজ করুক সবাই যাতে স্বাবলম্বী হতে পারে কোনো কাজই ছোট না সবাই যদি আমরা মেয়েরা কাজ করি
यहाँ आदमी औरत को देवी मानता है और दूसरी तरफ उनके ऊपर अत्याचार भी करते हैं ये मेरे समझ से बाहर है 2 मिनट सेक्स के लिए कितनी जिंदगी बर्बाद हो गई है वही आदमी आते हैं जाते हैं कोई नशा करके आता है कोई कुछ ना कुछ करके आते हैं हमें तो अपनाना ही पड़ता है जो भी है कभी कोई मोटा हो काला हो गोरा हो 55 साल का हो या 18 साल का हो हमें तो करना ही पड़ता है हमारा काम हम बोल नहीं सकते उसमें कि हम नहीं करेंगे काम नहीं करेंगे तो बहुत मार पड़ती है हाँ ऊपर वाले से बहुत मार पड़ती है फिर पता चल गया कि हम नहीं कर रहे बहुत मार पड़ती कभी कभी 10 भी आते कभी कोई नहीं आता है तो करना ही पड़ता है हमें हम ना नहीं कह सकते
दाँत धेरै दुख्यो भने मुखमा खै के जाति हालेर बस्नुहुन्छ मुखै रातो पिरो भएर आँखाभरि आँसु पुग्दा पनि एक वचन गाह्रो भयो भन्नुहुन्न नभने पनि उहाँको पीडा प्रष्टै देखिन्छ नि
One more big round of applause, please. The winner for the Global Impact Award is Karen Thomas. And she's not here to accept her award, so here's an acceptance video.
Hi, I'm Karen Ann Thomas. The title of my film is The Labeled Ones. I come from India, and we welcome you to the ConnectHER Film Festival 2022. I'm overjoyed that my film has won the Global Impact category for the ConnectHER Film Festival 2022. It's indeed an honor to be one of the finalists. Thank you.
Our second Judge's Choice finalist film of the evening is And That's on Period. Tinayeshi Wakatama tells us her film shows how period poverty affects girls in more ways than we can imagine.
I traveled all the way to St. Peter's School spoke to 6 primary school girls, and one of them inspired me to create this story.
pamunoenda kumwedzi pane dzimwe nguva dzamunomboshaya mapads donje kana zvinhu zvamunenge muchida kushandisa.
Sometimes my mom was not mad. What people don't know is that poverty stretches beyond lack of food and water. Period poverty is one of the biggest challenges Zimbabwean girls face. It describes the struggle women and girls face because they can't afford menstrual products. But not enough people know that.
Have you ever heard of something called period poverty?
No.
Have you ever had a problem accessing pads?
No. Access to pads is something that many take for granted, but others yearn for. It's a problem that shouldn't be a problem. Pads are a luxury Batsirai never had. She can't afford them, and in the rural areas, she can rarely find them. But even if she goes to the urban areas, the pads are too expensive. Her family would rather spend the little money they have on food rather than on menstrual products. Pads cost almost the same price as a loaf of bread after all.
What are some alternative things that you've seen girls using?
There were girls that were using maize cobs when it's time for their periods. I was like, what?
Some have told us that we are using cow dung, some are using leaves. It's really sad.
What do these all have in common? They are all alternatives to pads. She looks for any material she can get her hands on that can absorb the blood flow, but this results in infections and discomfort. The rags, leaves, newspapers, corn cobs, cow dung, they're all unsanitary.
And they all leak. And how does this issue affect the lives of the girls?
Their confidence is taken away, their health, they are at risk, high risk of genital issues because they are using stuff that they're not supposed to be using. Most girls would stop going to school because they didn't have pads to use. We found that a lot of girls were behind the male counterparts.
You find that girls miss school for a number of days, an average of about 64 days per year.
Nadine?
Present.
Mako?
Present.
Tanatswa?
Present.
Batsirai? Batsirai?
She's absent, sorry.
She can't even go to school, and that can have lasting consequences on her education. It's estimated that 1 in 10 girls in Africa will miss school when they have their periods. Missing days at school can lead to girls dropping out altogether, putting them at a greater risk of child marriage and getting pregnant at a younger age. And that's not the only reason she cries. The pain. There's nothing she can do but cry and pray for the pain to end because she can't afford to pay for medication. So she just has to endure the pain. She has to endure all of it.
Do you get period pains?
Yes.
Would you be able to get through it without the medication?
I don't think I would, actually. It would be a lot.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't a girl just so I didn't have to go through this. I don't feel confident. I'm always uncomfortable, sticky, wet. Confidence is a myth every single time I'm on my period. It's depressing. I hate it. Every single time I hate it. The discomfort, the blood, the messes, everything. I hate it all.
Is there anything else you think people should know about?
It's how light people take it and how easy we think it is.
The problem is actually much bigger than what is being brought out there.
Some girls even take place in transactional sex in order to pay for menstrual products. Everyone everywhere should be able to afford the menstrual products of their choice. A study by SNV Zimbabwe states that 72% of menstruating schoolgirls do not use sanitary pads because they cannot afford them. Period poverty does not only affect women and girls in Zimbabwe, it affects women and girls everywhere. It's a worldwide problem.
What are some things that people can do to solve this issue?
I think people need to start thinking about reusable pads and menstrual cups because once you donate a packet of pads to a girl, it means every month you had to go back.
I've talked about the reusable pad, the cup. We find that it's sustainable in that it can be used for over 5 years. And also teaching the girls out there to make their own reusable pads.
Every girl everywhere should be able to access and afford the menstrual product of their choice, because the lack of this not only affects the girl's health, but also strips her of her dignity and confidence. We need to raise awareness to create a world where no woman or girl is held back or insecure because she menstruates. We need to turn their dreams into reality. Life seems to pause when girls get their period, which isn't fair. Their lives must go on with no bloody hindrances. They shouldn't dread that time of the month, but should remain positive. Period. Positive.
Hi. Oh, thanks. It is so bright here, so I'm going to try and see if I can see you all. My name is Tapiwa. I'm from Harare, Zimbabwe, and I made a film for the film festival in 2020. That was 2 years ago, and it is incredible to see how much more. How many more stories are being told. I loved seeing another Zimbabwean putting a film up there. I find it easy to be a bit despaired about the state of women and girls' rights all over the world, here in the United States, everywhere. It consistently feels precarious, and that our bodies can easily be put in courts of law, and then all of a sudden you don't have control over them. But watching how many people here are consistently thinking about this, and not just raising awareness, but are providing solutions. It's like a story and a solution, and that's been something that's been so just humbling and hopeful. So thank you so much to the sponsors who've just made it so much easier to tell a story on a very low budget and be able to continue doing that work. I'm a personal example of that. I made a film in 2022 called Not Your Bride, A Woman's Constitution. And it's sadly not an uncommon story, but it was a story of a woman named Rimbo Topodzi who was contesting the age of consent in the country because she personally had an experience of being married before she was 18, and she couldn't continue school, but also she was subject to a lot of violence in her marriage, and she decided, I don't want to be a part of this, and so she left her marriage and decided to go to court against her father's will, against her husband's will, and contest to get the age of consent from 13 to eventually 16 and now 18. And just a couple of months ago, they've put further restrictions in place to ensure that also local constituencies are also ensuring that women don't get married off. And then 2 years later now, Lila reached out to me and she's like, are you still in touch with Rima? And I was like, yeah, and they're still doing the work that they're doing. And I'm so grateful that they've just received funding from this film festival, and they can continue doing the work that they do of empowering women economically. They make household cleaning products, basically things to sell, because as the films have shown us, economic empowerment is so important, that the rates of women employment and the reduction of violence is so they're so correlated. So I'm just grateful that not just me telling a story was impactful, but that those solutions are consistently going to impact women and girls that I will never ever meet, but that in some way can maybe have the chance to lead a somewhat normal life and go to school and decide who they want to be. Also personally, which is much less important, but I used the money that I won from this festival to come to college here in the United States, longest flight of my life. But also, I get to learn because of this, and just all those small things that go around the ability to keep doing the work that you love. Halima spoke about it earlier, has just been so, humbling. And I'm grateful for this film festival, for all the people who keep returning, if not to watch the films, but to donate to it. I think it just shows that the more you keep doing this, the bigger it gets. And I'm just so grateful. Anyway, I'm going to keep quiet now. I'm presenting the Ending Violence Against Women Award, and about 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced physical and or sexual violence, according to the World Health Organization. The Ending Violence Against Women Award was created to focus on people or initiatives to end this global scourge. Here are the 2022 nominees.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been great.
I thrill when you...
For anyone else who might have witnessed sexual harassment or will in the future, just don't ignore it. If you're in a situation of power, if you are a male especially, and you are walking by and hear a girl get catcalled, shout out at the guy. Tell him, hey dude, that's not okay.
Yes means yes and no means no.
I think that society needs to do a better job of fighting against sexual harassment and kind of fighting against these norms of men's behavior or just people's behavior in general.
When I first came to Kara, I really felt at home because I was treated more well than how I was treated at my mom's place. My mom got remarried when I was 6 years old, and so the husband that she got was molesting me for like 8 years. The first day, I wasn't even taken to the hospital or anything. I was taken to a pastor in church, and that made me hate pastors till today because he was not interested in how I feel. He was just insisting, forgive, forgive. So my high school principal is the one who rescued me and brought me to Kara. The first 3 days were tough because I was still processing that my own mom could choose to believe his or her husband instead of believing me or choosing me. Yeah, so I felt deceived and hated.
1, 2, 3. No dejes de luchar, no dejes de brillar, porque este es un país en donde es más fácil tener un acta de defunción que un título universitario, donde vale más un pedazo de concreto que un cuerpo mutilado, donde las niñas cargan ataúdes en sus hombros en lugar de sueños y nacer mujer nos ha sembrado miedo.
That was incredible. And the winner of the Ending Violence Against Women Award goes to Our Land Contains the Stories of Our People by Laura Nell Walker. And I think she's here, so please come up.
Thank you so much. It's a privilege just to be in this room and to have met so many amazing people today. Thank you for ConnectHER for giving me a platform to share this story. Thank you to my family for always encouraging me. My 2 moms and my sister show me what it looks like to be a strong woman. And last but not least, thank you to Grace and Nelson for trusting me with their story. They inspire me every day, and I'm incredibly honored. Thank you.
Our third and last Judge's Choice finalist film of the evening, A Mid-Nightmare by Kelvin Maxwell. Kelvin's story is about a young girl who was saved by her teachers from an abusive stepfather.
Good morning, class.
tsiku la mphunzitsi aliyense limamba bwino akafika mklasi nkupeza nalo sangalala nane chimodzimodzi. Koma nasangala kwambiri kuona nkhope ya Fatsani ili yokondwa potenga ndi zimene adutsamo. Fatsani amakhala ndi mayi ake komanso babako mupeza omwe ankamuchita chipongwe. Mayi ake amaziwa zimenezi mapalibe amapanga komanso amabisa zomwe amuna amapanga kwa mwana wawoyo. Fatsana anakhala kuzunzidwa ndi bambo ake omupezawo kuswa chochita komanso kothawira chifukwa mayi ake nawo samamuthandiza. Anakhala kupilezi kwa nthawi yayitali kenako anafika potopa nazo nkuganiza zopangapo kanthu.
Wanji, nditani ine ufatsani. Kodi uona ngati ndingapangeso china chani? Angokanisa. Ukoze munthu wina akagani kusunga chisisi. Ndeya wamange kapita polisi. Ira thandize ndicho. Iwe mmene kuoni chingathandize ndicho. Wayikala ndikavulikira muti. Ungwenda ukanga sinendo kuza basi nanga ndibanga bati. Nanga nditani ine. Walitu zina umangovomereza ndi mmene zinthu zake zinifatsani. Mtuko wakasambego. What's the foolish situation? Ungwena lavazi menda kuza. Bajara mari mwana usavera afi.
Anaganiza nzeru yabwino yonduzira ine mphunzitsi wake mwachisisi ndipo ndinadzidzimuka kuona zomwe analemba Fatsani mu kope lake. Namwira ndisansanga breki sanati nakane pasi ndipo anandifotokozera nkhani yomvetsa chisoni kwambiri. Ndinamva chisoni komanso mkwiyo namuza sadandaule zonse zikhala bwino. Ndayitanitsa aphunzitsi awiri anzanga ndikuwafotokozera ndiponso mitu inali kakasi. Tonse tinagwirizana kuti tichitepo kanthu koma Fatsani naye akuyenera kuthandizira. Tinamuyitanitsa Fatsani ndikumuwuza kuti achotse mantha ndi kulimba mtima kukayankhula pamaso pa polisi komanso khoti pamene zamuchitikira kuti makolo akeyo alangidwe ndipo iye anavomereza kuti walimba mtima. Nkhani tinayendera ku polisi ndipo makolo ake anamangidwa. Khoti inagamula bamboyo ku ndende kwa zaka 25 ndipo mayi kwa zaka 2 pokhala chete. Namutenga Fatsani kuti azikakhala ndine poti analibe achibale ena pafupi ndipo akapitiriza sukulu yake. Enda aphunzitsi anzanga tinaganiza zoyambitsa bungwepo pa sukulupo lomwe lizicheza ndi ana asukulu nthawi ndi nthawi zili pamene akukhalira ndipo aziti masukira. Fatsani siyekha yomwe amakumana ndi mavuto amenewa pali akazi ambiri ndipo ine ndi anzanga tiyesesa kuwathandiza ana amenewa. Onse opanga zanyasi zalangidwa. Tinaponya mauthenga masukulu ena kuti apagepo zomwe tayamba ife kuti tithandiza ana ambiri. Ife tichilimika kuthandiza ana akazi kunkhanza ngati zoterezi. Anthu onse ngati makolo a Fatsani akuyenera chilango.
The Woman in Work Award recognizes a film that shines a light on women's livelihood. This category covers issues such as equal pay, livelihood training, economic independence, girls in tech, and women's underrepresentation in the top ranks of leadership. Here are the 2022 finalists.
قول لأهلي إنه أنتوا كنتوا دعم إلي. هذا الشيء لو أنكم كنتوا موجودين كنت بعرف إنه رح تنبسطوا لي كتير ورح تشجعوني. قررت إنه أنا بدي كفي دراستي كماستر إله علاقة بالبرمجة لحتى أرجع لحلمي وأفكاري اللي كانت أنا وصغيرة إني أشتغل مع مايكروسوفت. طبعاً أنا إنتاجيتي هالفترة صارت أحسن بعد ما قررت إني أتعالج من الاكتئاب. إلي 5 شهور عم بتعالج، قدرت أوقف عجرياتي، إنه هلأ أنا عم مقدم على منح دراسية لحتى كفي دراستي بمجال البرمجة. عندي مشروع كتير واضح بذهني، كتير مخطط له حتى ساعد العالم هون بمنطقتي بسلامية عن طريق البرمجة.
My art practice is inspired by my community, that is to say, the challenges that my people face. And as an artist that does public art, I felt a need to document the values that I feel are phasing away from us day by day. In my art, I also look at activism. While addressing activism, I inspire the community, I sensitize the community, I cause them to act, to say no to certain things that I feel are not right. For example, I've dealt with concepts like women empowerment, women inclusion, say no to modern slavery, to mention but a few.
कामकाज सबै ठप्प भएको बेला पनि मेरो बाबा मुरली र रेडियोको सहारामा समय काट्न सक्नुहुन्छ। तर मेरो मम्मी के गरेर समय काट्ने? काम गरेर खाने बानी परेको मान्छे केही नगरी दिनभरि सुतेर खान मनले पनि कहाँ मान्दो।
And the winner of the Women Work Award is Repairing Society's Moral Fabric with an Old Art Form by Kalangi Katizi by Lubanga Hakim. And Lubanga Hakim was not here today, but we have an acceptance video.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lubanga Hakim from Uganda. I'm really grateful and so happy about the news of winning in the Women and Work category. I should admit this is my greatest peak of the year. It's the best thing I've received in this year, 2022. I'm really so grateful and thankful to ConnectHER, and hopefully we shall keep doing more of these films. Thank you so much for the good work you are doing. May God bless you all.
I don't see ConnectHER as just an organization. I see it as a part of me because it's helped me grow into the person that I am today. Back when I started my filmmaking journey, it was the only platform that helped me recognize my potential as a filmmaker when I couldn't even see it. And ConnectHER has taught me, and these experiences have taught me how to not only create change, but change the lives of others also, all through the art of film.
Just watching a lot of the films today really inspired me, and there was not a single film that I watched today that did not touch my soul in some way. Every single movie really spoke to me.
There is no better way to amplify these stories than to continue the work of ConnectHER.
And because of that, I was able to use a 5-minute film to influence international environmental policy at the age of 15.
I created a film that became Girls Attack the World's first grand prize winner. That experience alone shaped my life entirely and pushed me to think beyond myself and my own personal goals and aspirations.
At that moment, I became a global change maker because I took that leap, and people like Lila and organizations like Girls Impact the World saw potential in young women like myself and all of us here today.
هذا المهرجان يلي أعطاني فرصة وأبقاني على تواصل متجاوز للحدود الجغرافية مع مجتمع جديد وزملاء صناع أفلام شباب جدد.
It brought on board an opportunity for me to share a skill and empower young people, especially girls, with multimedia skills.
I found it so inspiring to be surrounded by such thoughtful, talented filmmakers who are so passionate about their films and the issues they address.
It holds a promise of us being able to continue to learn from these amazing storytellers.
It was with my films that I realized that filmmaking was my superpower. It was the tool that I used to allow even policymakers to empathize with girls who were on another part of the planet, who they'd probably never even meet.
It's truly inspiring to see these films and all the young women and men who've come together to do this. But this is why it's called Girls Impact the World. It's because girls impact the world.
I've been a very, very happy sponsor for a decade now, and I really respect deeply the filmmakers, the risk you take and putting your creativity out there and for such good causes. I just want to thank you. Yay, 10 more years.
My hope for the future of ConnectHER Film Festival is to continue drawing out, nurturing, and discovering hidden talent.
And continue to shed light on women's and girls' voices around the globe.
To inspire even more young people across the globe to pursue their passions for filmmaking.
To continue making and submitting impactful films.
To see more young girls, especially school-going girls from Kenya, from the vulnerable communities in Kenya, join ConnectHER Film Festival.
To keep on building a community that shares stories, cares about them, and acts upon them together.
বঞ্চিত সকল মেয়েরা শিক্ষার সুযোগ পেয়ে আলোকিত জীবন গড়ুক এবং কানেক্টহারের আলোকিত মেয়েদের জীবনের গল্প তৈরি করে বিশ্বে ছড়িয়ে দিক।
Being heard in a fast-paced world like the one we live in and being seen is one of the most valuable things that we could offer one another.
I just want to say happy
10th anniversary
of ConnectHER Film Festival.
Happy 10 years of filmmaking.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Happy 10-year anniversary.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Happy 10th anniversary.
Happy 10th anniversary.
كتير سعيدة إني بسجل هذا الفيديو البسيط بمناسبة حلول 10 سنوات على إقامة هذا المهرجان الجميل.
Happy 10 years ConnectHER Film Festival.
ConnectHER Film Festival 10 বছর পূর্তিতে শুভকামনা জানাচ্ছি।
10 years. Congratulations.
Happy 10th anniversary to ConnectHER Film Festival from Uganda.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Aveyan. I am here to be so grateful that we're all together and been able to hug so many of you. One of the things I really want to talk about was through the 2.5 years we were in a pandemic, that we all had time, the benefit of time. And that was a gift that we're always talking about, we don't have enough time, I don't have enough time, I just don't have time. And all of a sudden we had time. And that's a huge lesson that I think was my lesson to learn, that I had time. And then all of a sudden everything opens up and we're all rushing around again. And I see people just harried. And I want to entreat everyone here to slow down a little, look around. If these movies had not ever been made, if somebody hadn't had the time to look at somebody's problem and somebody's situation, that they could make this movie and make the time to make this movie. And I just, always think of Maya Angelou's, so many of her words, but especially that every dark cloud has a rainbow. And sometimes you have the cloud on you, and sometimes you are the rainbow for somebody else's cloud. So just an encouragement to everyone, because these films are so incredibly empowering and filled with solutions and ideas that maybe you knew something about these things, but you learned so much more. So it's just an encouragement for all of us to give ourselves time, arrive wherever you're going a little bit earlier, just so that you never know. You might be able to help someone in a situation that, even at an airport. And let's learn a lesson that this pandemic offered us. This award is the last award of the night. It's the Judges' Choice Grand Prize and first runner-up. And the award winners are selected by our distinguished panel of judges. Thank you, judges. I know how hard it is to do that. These films are chosen for their compelling subject matter, creativity, and social impact. The Judges' Choice Awards are sponsored by our ConnectHER Film Festival presenting sponsor, Eloise DeJoria. Thank you once again, Eloise. You're such a blessing. We've seen the 3 finalists' films screened through this evening. And the runner-up, the Judges' Choice First Runner-Up Award goes to The Sand Game by Suraj Katwal and Mira Kadka. They're not here, but there's a video.
Namaste, I am Mira Khadka.
I am Suraj Katwal. We are from Kathmandu, Nepal.
We feel very honored to win the first runner-up prize in Judges' Choice category in this magnificent festival.
We can't wait to share this amazing news with our amazing cast and crew, without whom this project would not be possible.
Thank you so much.
Have a great event ahead.
And for the final award of the night, the winner of the Judges' Choice Grand Prize winner goes to And That's On Period by Tinashe Wakatama. And she's going to be giving us her acceptance.
Wow. Just wow, I can't believe it. When I got the news, it was literally a jaw-dropping moment. Like, my jaw dropped, and I am so grateful. But first of all, I would like to thank God, give him all the glory for giving me this gift, for opening this door for me, and for helping me get this far. And I would also like to thank my family for all their support, especially my mom, who actually found the ConnectHER Girls site and urged me to enter, and I did, and here I am now. And I would like to thank ConnectHER Girls, for providing this opportunity for so many people of so many different backgrounds. And if it wasn't for this festival, I wouldn't have known what I know now, basically, because this experience opened my eyes. I always loved writing. I love writing. I write novels, I write scripts, I write short stories, but this is the first time that I've written about something that can change a life, something that truly matters. So thank you so, so much, everyone. I am so grateful, so shocked, so grateful. Bye.
Hey everybody! Thank you so much. It was in 2013 that International Boulevard, a film by Rebecca Dharmapalan, won our very first film festival grand prize at Harvard. Later that year, we watched her take this 5-minute short film about sex trafficking in Oakland, screen it across multiple schools, venues. She created a billboard campaign and worked with the Oakland City Council to enact laws and regulations. You see, Rebecca claims that ConnectHER launched her career as a change maker and social activist. But we claim that Rebecca and all of these other amazing young filmmakers that you've seen tonight
and over the years launched ConnectHER as a social change platform. When I think back on the 10 years about the film festival and all that we've accomplished together, I'm not sure which story to tell. And do I talk about Asma, who a lot of you know about, the 13-year-old girl who was relegated to selling tea, and her story came through the festival, and now she's no longer telling, long story short, she's no longer selling tea at the tea stand. She's in school, thriving and doing well. And because of that 5-minute film, now we have 100 girls on scholarship in Bangladesh. Or Hazara, the woman who touched our hearts when we had a film submitted that talked about her and how she saw children on the streets, children who were the most marginalized, children of sex workers, and they were bullied and they were left on their own. And she took them into her home, and she took them into a 2-bedroom apartment, 30 children, and taught them and fed them and, helped them excel. And we saw the film, and our supporters, of course, are so amazing. They're like, what can we do? Is there anything we can do? So we put together a fund and first asked them, what they needed, and they wanted a bigger place. So our supporters were able to provide a 9-bedroom apartment for them, which they're still in to this date. And this was like a few years ago. And the girls and boys have a library now. They don't have to sleep in the same rooms. They all have separate quarters. And that's like truly, the film festival is about authentically representing the voices and stories of women and girls around the world, for sure. But it's also like we have a kind of one person or one girl at a time approach. Because we could easily, say, okay, we're going to fund this project, and then we're going to fund a completely different project where we get 50 more girls on scholarship to grow our numbers, but we don't do that. We stick with the same people that we have been funding so that they can go from kindergarten to 12th grade, even if it's the same 30 students. And so, that is just like very, very important to us. And we've had such loyal sponsors and supporters that we could not do this without. And then finally, thank you to all of the filmmakers who make this happen. They're all just absolutely incredible and really exemplify what this festival stands for. Want to keep doing this, and love you all, and thank you all, and good night. Thank you.